Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk about what happens if you do not actively choose your life. You know, I mentioned a number of times in other videos and teachings about Deuteronomy 30 verse 19, how God is given and presented before you life and death, blessing and cursing, therefore choose life. But some people have persisted in saying, well, what if I don't want to choose, or I don't really know how to choose, or I haven't chosen? What does it default to? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't default to anything. It doesn't default to blessing or cursing. It defaults to the average person's life, which is this weird mixture where they're pulled different directions by other people. Basically, it's as Ecclesiastes talks about, where time and chance happens to them all. You become someone who's experiencing luck, quote unquote, at times, who experiences bad luck at times. You just are tossed about to and fro. And other people are making the choosing decision for you. They're the ones choosing whether you're going to experience blessing or cursing. Because you have submitted your will to everyone else, to the world, to allow it to just run wild and do whatever it wants to do, whether good or bad. You haven't made a choice. And I would also posit that your not choosing is a choice for the negative. I just don't see how you couldn't actively choose for the goodness of God and the blessing of God in your life and expect to receive that. Certainly God's merciful. He reigns upon the just and the unjust alike, so there is some of that. But you have so many other variables working against you because you haven't submitted yourself to God. You haven't resisted the devil and seen him flee from you. So you are just lost and hoping in that situation that other people make the right decisions for you. And this is where it's so important that you control your thoughts. You control your speech. You have everything centered around God, focused on His goodness and His goodness alone. And that is a choice you have to make. By choice, I don't want people to get confused and think that, oh, well, I just want that to happen, or wish that would happen, wish good things would happen to me. No, I'm talking about actively, consciously choosing God's goodness and blessing. And I do that every day. Every morning when I wake up, I choose how I'm going to have my life lived out that day. I choose what I'm going to experience. The blessing and goodness and mercy and grace of God in my life. And I choose how I'm going to experience life that day and each and every day. I don't leave it up to chance. I don't leave it up to wishing and hoping that maybe something good happens to me today. I actively plan for it by choosing to experience God's goodness and blessing in my life, by choosing to make the right decisions that put me in line to receive more of His goodness and blessing, to live in such a way that garners more of the grace of God in my life. That means don't go out and sin and do all kinds of evil and then wonder why your life isn't the blessed, glorious life that you want it to be. That's a choice you have to make. You have to choose blessing. Consciously, willfully choose it each and every day. If you just wake up and start getting into life, start experiencing other people, their input into your life, their own choices affecting you, and you're just tossed about, your life is not going to fulfill the fullness of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the fullness of the blessing of God that you could have. It's freely given to you. It's freely available to you, but you must choose it. Now, I do understand that I'm making this sound simple, but it is simple. It may not be easy as far as you have years, decades even, of subconscious programming that's prevented you from even thinking anything along this route, but you immediately shun it consciously and just go about your day hoping good things happen to you, hoping you don't experience bad things, focus on all the wrong stuff, and not consciously making a decision for goodness. But you can do that. You can make that choice. Now, whether you don't make any choice at all, you just allow the world to control you, you allow the world to give you whatever experience it's going to give you that day, from other people making choices, from natural disasters to whatever, where you're just experiencing life being put upon you, basically living like a victim in life. But even that's a choice. Maybe it's not a choice for life or death, blessing or cursing, but it's a choice to do something. It's a choice to not do anything, to not make a conscious decision for goodness, for blessing and life. So I would say that even if you're not actively choosing your life, the blessing of God in your life, you really are choosing something, but you're just choosing a chaotic, time and chance-based reality where you have little to no control. And you have respites where you see God's grace in your life. For example, He rains upon the just and the unjust alike. But you have a lot fewer of those than you do of the negative, bad experiences. Problems at work, problems in your relationships, problems in finance, problems wherever. And I know people want to think that's just life. That is just how life is. You know, you have all these things happen. But most people are believing for that. They don't even recognize that they've made a choice because they've chosen to believe that that's life. That's just the way life is. Everybody's got problems. We have problems all the time, don't we? And all this stuff that they don't even recognize the words of their lips are being fulfilled. They are decreeing a thing and see it be established in their lives. It's not that that's the way life is. It's that that's the way they've chosen life. They've chosen to believe, and according to their faith be it unto them. They've decreed a thing, and they see it be established, and then they think that because it's established, that's just the way life is, not recognizing ever that it was their own choice. They chose to believe that. They chose to enact that into their lives, and they're getting the results. They're reaping the harvest. But you never have to be in a position where that is the only thing you can do, is just experience life as it comes to you. And whatever happens will happen. And that's just the way life is. No. You can actively choose each and every day to have a blessed life, to have the abundant life, to have blessing, to have God's goodness and experience it to your fullness. But you have to choose. You have to get rid of old choices you made, old mentalities you have, these low vibrational states, thinking that the world is just suffering and misery and then we die. Because that's only true if you choose to believe it. And it doesn't have to be true. Now, in saying all this, I want to put it all together. If you decide to start making a choice each and every day for blessing, choose to live a blessed life, you have to understand that you have in the past sowed a lot of seeds of negativity. So you may see some glimpses of that in your reality. Don't give up. Don't turn back. This is slight temporary temptation from the evil one. Oh, you think you're going to choose blessing? Well, here you go. Here's some bad things. Don't give in. Don't even focus on it in the least. Move forward toward your blessing. Move forward toward your good. Focus on God's goodness. Keep that at the forefront of your mind and the forefront of your tongue. Speak forth those words of goodness. Don't speak forth about, oh, this just happens to me. This is always my luck. And all these things that people tell themselves and then wonder why their life continues to be a replication of the day before. Only with more problems, generally. My friend, you can choose life today. You can choose blessing. You can live and experience a glorious life, the life that Jesus came to give you. And I want to encourage you, if you want to read more and understand more about this, get my book, Co-Creators with God. I go in depth in that book about this and how to truly co-create the life you want with God, to walk in His goodness, His blessing, and to just experience that glorious, abundant life that Jesus came to give you. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.